So I originally did not want to make this video without having more information on hand because this is an ongoing investigation and the situation just keeps getting updated by the day, but I think it's time that now I talk about it. So if you aren't aware, famous singer David with the number 4 in his name, so it's spelled D4VD. This is one of my favorite artists of this new generation that blew up from TikTok. He had his big hit single Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, which is personally one of my favorite songs by him. But we're not here to talk about his music. Oh no. So if you haven't been keeping up, David basically had, a dead body in his car. And the police checked the plates, and the plates came back to David in his name, and they knew that it was the singer, the one who's currently on tour and everything. So now things are just not looking good for him. There is just so much evidence that is stacking up against him by the day, and everyone's saying that, it's just over for David, and his career is basically over. There's like no coming back from this. He was actually supposed to do a show today, but it looks like he's not going to be popping out on stage tonight. He might actually even get arrested tonight. Now, personally, I really don't know how to feel about this. This is one of my favorite artists of this generation, and just finding out that, he did something like this, man, it just breaks my heart, man, because, wow, there goes another one, There goes another person who I thought was different, who was, for his fans and only cared about the music, and now we're finding out that he's a monster. Investigators were able to find out that the body of this person was a girl named Celeste Rivez Hernandez. And I just want to point out one thing. So the girl was underage, and all the evidence that is stacking up against David is making him also not just look like a murderer, but a pedophile, which is fucking crazy for me to fucking hear. You mean to tell me that I've been supporting an artist that, one, is a murderer, once you look at all the evidence, 2, is a pedophile? I think the craziest thing about this whole investigation is that she's been missing since last year. Her body was found this year, a whole year later, which is just fucking crazy. Like, how the fuck did they just find this shit? If it wasn't for the odor smell of the body decaying in the car, then it wouldn't have given away its position, but we're just now fucking finding her? Like, bro, this is just fucking crazy, man. Police asked her mother, if she had anyone that, was a primal suspect or anything, and she said that she did have a boyfriend named David, and man, that shit, if you just put 2 and 2 together, bro, there's just nothing else you can say. Images surfaced of them on FaceTime together, them holding hands together. Hell, they had matching tattoos together. If you look on David's finger, you see the letters SHHH. The investigators said that they found a matching tattoo on Celeste as well, which is just fucking crazy, man. It's over for this guy. I got nothing else to say. I can only imagine what, Celeste's family is currently feeling right now, and I feel so sorry for her family and, everyone that, that she's linked to, because nobody deserves this shit, man. So now it just really makes you think, when David wrote that song, Romantic Homicide, and he said that one line about throwing someone in the back of his car or something like that. I'm pretty sure that was like the line. Who the hell was he talking about in that song, man? I think the craziest piece of evidence that is currently surfacing is the Discord chats, because if you see the timestamps on these chats, you see that this all was last year. So you mean to tell me that there was a group of individuals that knew that Celeste was missing, and David and Celeste, they were friends on Discord, they were messaging, each other and everything. You mean to tell me that they knew this whole fucking time? The thought that there were individuals in this chat, besides David and Celeste, that knew about this whole situation and weren't speaking up about it, and they just tried, like, keeping this shit under wraps or whatever the hell. Because why is this just now coming to light? Why is this just now becoming a public thing? These people knew all along or some shit? Like, what the fuck is going on? So as I was in the middle of editing this video, I just found out that David supposedly paid someone off to keep his name under wraps and not expose him for being a pedophile. And there is an image here that shows him paying someone off to fucking keep his mouth shut. What the fuck? Now, I don't know if this is a reach or if this actually just people can take things out of context and just make shit up. I get it. It's the internet. But if this is actually fucking real, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? My condolences are with Celeste and her family, and especially her mother, because no mother should ever have to fucking hear about their daughter being in a fucking trunk, you know, just decaying by the day. That shit is just fucking horrible, man. I don't know what their relationship was like or whatever or whatnot, but even if David didn't do it himself, why is she in his car? Why is she there? If he didn't do it, then someone else did it for him. And that just, you know, the proof is in the pudding at this point. And as a fan of David, I'm fucking distraught, man. I'm just so fucking disappointed. Like, I just want to know what the fuck goes on in these people's heads to prey on children and think that they can date them and shit when they're a fucking child and you're a grown-ass man. I never fucking understood that. I don't know what the fuck goes on in these people's heads, man. It is not that hard to get some pussy your own age, bro. Like, the fact that this guy has money too and he's a celebrity, like, he can literally have anybody he wants, and here he is preying on a fucking child. I don't fucking know, man. I'm done speaking about this.